Back everyone. Today we are shining a light on a powerful event making a difference here in South Carolina. It is the second annual South Carolina Sickle Cell Symposium. It's hosted by the Be Strong Group. You may remember the same interview from last year. This year's theme is new, empowering change, advancing education, advocacy, and collaboration. It's bringing together patients, healthcare providers, educators, and community leaders of all with one united mission: driving better care and stronger support systems, also health equality for everyone. Joining me now is founder and CEO of the Be Strong Group, Brenda Green, to share more about this year's impactful symposium that you have planned. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
It's great to have you back here again, Brenda. Tell us the mission behind the Be Strong Group.
Well, our mission really is to educate, advocate, and empower, meaning educate our caregivers, patients, our community, advocate for our patients, and empower us, especially as caregivers and patients, with knowledge and the ideas that we can make this journey.
Yeah, speaking about sickle cell, I know that is something that is one of those things that if you haven't experienced it, is hard to really understand, because so many people are affected, but it's a lot and it can be painful, right?
Absolutely. You know, sickle cell disease is an inherited genetic blood disorder, right? So it makes for an abnormal red blood cell, and under certain circumstances or stressors, it can sickle, become misshapen, and everywhere it goes throughout the body, everywhere blood goes, it could cause damage.
Wow.
And one of the telltale marks is pain, of course.
Yeah, you have a personal connection to this. Tell us about that.
Yes, my son Braden, he was diagnosed at birth with sickle cell disease, and I had no idea. I had the abnormal hemoglobin as well, so he has sickle cell SC disease. And so at that moment I was terrified, because I Googled to see the things that could happen, but then I was determined to learn as much as I could to help him navigate this journey. And it's impacted our entire lives, but now it's bigger than us.
Yeah, and you want to help others, leading us to the symposium coming up. For those who did not have the pleasure of attending your first one, what's the layout? What can people expect?
Oh my God, last year it was great. We had everybody, and I call them our stakeholders, that came together in a room for one cause, and that was learning about sickle cell disease. So basically we have a series of speakers to share about the complications of sickle cell disease. We also hear from the patient and the caregiver. So just amplifying that voice, because what's better than the lived experience to know what's really going on? So that's in essence what it captured.
And I can imagine for the caregivers, it's really good to hear someone who is walking that same walk, because caregivers really need that support, because it can take a toll on you too, not just with the time that it takes to take care of someone who's battling sickle cell, but the mental toll as well, especially if you feel like you can't really do anything.
Absolutely. And you know, as a parent, all we want is for our babies to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's hard when it's not.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, caregivers really need that support system. We need to be heard, but we also need to understand the value of our voice and our experience.
For those who want to attend, do you need to register beforehand?
Absolutely. You can go onto our website and register there, and we have spots available, so everyone's welcome.
Oh, amazing. How many people are you looking forward to coming out this year?
I would love to have 125 people, you know, but just enough. Anybody who shows up are meant to be there, right? And so just show up.
And that's good. I see the pictures from last year, and you had a good crowd there, and people were actually able to ask questions too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What was some of the feedback that you got from the event last year?
The feedback was they appreciate the transparency. They appreciated hearing the lived experience, the lived stories. They appreciate the content, the professional input and feedback from medical providers, as well as my local legislator was there.
Yeah.
So the content was good and it was necessary.
That's good. And maybe in that setting, people are getting to ask questions that sometimes it's not quick to get into the doctor and speak to a professional one-on-one in that way. So this is really good. Brenda,
Right.
any final thoughts before we close today?
I just want people to understand that for this journey, it's important for the community to come together. And I just feel we're stronger together. So if everybody comes together to learn and to understand how we can work together to improve access to quality care for our patients, that will mean a lot.
Amazing. Brenda, thank you so much for your passion. I know it's something that you carry around and work hard and literally carry around. I do want to point out your bracelets before we leave, but those are the details there on your screen. Just take a look at your bracelets. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I remember. You know, sometimes going throughout your day, you need a reminder. So these are my reminders. The Be Strong group, when we were founded, our Braden's Buddies band for those who donate blood, and then remembering of Harriet Robeson Scott, a family member who passed away to sickle cell disease. But these are my reminders of why I do what I do.
Well, we appreciate you for everything that you do, Brenda. We have the details on screen now for the second annual South Carolina Sickle Cell Symposium, hosted by the Be Strong Group. Is happening this Saturday, October 4th at the Department of Archives and History here in Columbia. You can register online at thebestronggroup.org. What time does everything kick off?
Everything kicks off at 9.
Okay.
We have some breakfast at 8:30, so come and join us.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you so much, Brenda. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.